Michael Zefera recently was responding to some comments from other fighters and a lot of other people saying that he was ducking Tszyu and pulling out of the fight, and a lot of guys don't want to fight Tszyu. And Zefara was basically saying that he's not the boogeyman that everybody's trying to make him out to be, and saying that Tszyu's not a hard fight to basically make, and that a lot of people are just trying to run with headlines as far as him being a boogeyman or people being scared of him or anything like that. And he just wanted to shut all that noise down as far as saying that a lot of people are just getting ahead of themselves when they actually mention him with a guy like Tszyu, because he feels like that he's not running from anybody. He's been trying to make certain fights happen, but he can't force the fights to happen. And he's been fighting real champions like Lara, guys who fight real killers, as he said. And he was basically trying to make it seem like a lot of the things he's been hearing over the last couple of months just aren't true, especially when it comes to him. He's like, hey, I'm taking the big fights, I'm taking the hard fights, and I haven't really overlooked anybody. And that's true. You know, Zerify really hasn't really looked for a reason to try to get out of any of these fights. All the fights he accepted, he tried to fight the best. And that's what I've seen lately. Now anybody else who disagrees with that, but as far as the Tszyu situation, he was saying that Tszyu lost to a prospect, and that basically he needs to worry about his own career and everything else. I wouldn't say Tszyu lost to a prospect. Like, Fedor is definitely not a prospect. But did he run into a situation where he received a loss? I mean, yeah, that did happen, but a prospect, I wouldn't say he's a prospect. I think that's a bit of a stretch. But yeah, he ran into a guy who caused a lot of issues and gave him his first loss. But I definitely don't think he's a prospect. I think he's done a lot more in the sport so far, especially with the wins he's tallied up lately. I know with him being at his age, yeah, but to say he's a prospect, nah. I don't think that's definitely going on. I feel like he's trying his best at this point to fight the best. And for him to fight Tszyu already, and Zerify knows that Tszyu one of the best fighters outside of from Australia. So for him to say that Tszyu lost to a prospect and everything else, I wouldn't agree with all that. But I understand what he's saying. It makes for good banner and everything else. It's a good headline, but when they get in the ring and he's fighting Tszyu, he's not gonna be looking at Tszyu as if he's a prospect himself, or he wouldn't acknowledge him. So, but the fights that he's looking for in the future are the Tszyu brothers, and most of this stuff is probably just promotion and just trying to get it out there. But he probably feels this way as well. So I'm pretty sure he's not just talking just to sell tickets. But the fights recently, people were talking about with Laura and everything else. I mean, yeah, Zerify had an off night, but I've seen him fight better against other competition. So I wouldn't write him off just because of the one fight he had with Laura. He's fought good competition. Laura's not an easy fight, man. No matter how old Laura is, he's a tough fight. He's not someone you're going to be able to go out there and just push over and walk all over. So that's definitely not going to happen. But it was a very good fight, and I was impressed by what I seen from Laura. But overall, Zerify, he feels like people are just trying to step all over him and basically make him target practice, and he's not trying to go in that mode. He doesn't feel like he's done. He doesn't feel like his career is on the back end, and he's not trying to be put in that category, especially as a gatekeeper. So he's just letting it be known and telling everybody that whatever fight happens, he never run from it, and he's gonna try to make it happen. But we'll see, man. Tszyu's still locking down dates, putting together fights right now, and he's not waiting around. And he's gonna be available. He's gonna be at the top of the list for everybody who's trying to put the fight together. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.